Students often find it difficult to construct essays. Most times they have the ideas in their mind, but are not able to articulate or formulate their essays. Most times the problem is that they don't have a good thesis statement. A thesis statement is like the foundation for your house. Without a strong one, you wouldn't have a good house, and without a strong thesis statement, your essay will be disconnected and the ideas will not come over very strong. So in order to help you do a good thesis statement, we're going to teach you how to construct one. First, we'll start with a topic. And today, our topic is racism. In order to help you build a good foundation, you need tools. And some of the tools that you can use are asking yourself certain basic questions. Who or what? Where? When? How? Why? So the first thing we can do just to help ourselves is create a bubble. And in this bubble we're going to answer these questions, some of them. For example, when we're discussing racism, we can ask ourselves, who is the racism affecting? So we can say the Latino and African American community. Then we can say where, and we'll pick New Jersey. We ask ourselves when. So just to narrow things down, because if our thesis statement is too wide, it will not be very effective. So when, let's pick a year. We'll pick 2010. Since 2010. Let's say since 2010. So we're going to ask ourselves, let's try all of our questions. What about racism in the Latino and African American community in New Jersey since 2010? It's affecting them. Negative impact. How and why? And most times our hows and our whys come into our next set of bubbles, because these are going to be our 3 points that we're going to argue. So our first why, or how is it negatively impacting the Latino and African American community in New Jersey since 2010? We can say disproportionate number incarcerated, which in essence means that a large number of members of the Latino and African American community are in jail than are outside or total in the community. Our second idea could be in the form of education, and in this one we can discuss, and when we get to this paragraph, discuss the fact that the schools are receiving less funding. And then our third bubble, which will be our other paragraph or other point we're going to argue. Of course, these are not necessarily points that we definitely know that are true. We're just using them as examples to teach you how to formulate your thesis statement. So now that we've asked who, Latino and African American community, what about it, negative impact, where, it's in New Jersey, when, since 2010. Our hows and whys are here. So let's write our thesis statement. So we can start with, this is just an example. So let's go back and see if we have all of our information in our thesis statement. So let's read. In New Jersey, Latino and African American community has been adversely affected by racism, which is evident in the disproportionate number of incarcerated people, less funding for schools, and rising police brutality and deaths. Let's go back to the top and check. So we have Latino and African American community. We have New Jersey, and I forgot since when, which is a good thing, because now we can see that sometimes this framework is really good, so that we can go back and see where we went wrong. So let's correct our thesis statement. Okay, let's check again. Since 2010, the Latino and African American community has been adversely affected by racism, which is evident in the disproportionate number of incarcerated people, less funding for schools, and rise in police brutality and deaths. So let's go back. Who are we talking about? The Latino and African American community. It's here. Where? New Jersey. What about it? It's a negative impact, adversely affected. So let's go over our reasons to see if our reasons are there. Disproportionate number incarcerated, disproportionate number of people incarcerated. Education, less funding for schools, police brutality, and deaths. So let's read our thesis statement again. Since 2010, the Latino and African American community in New Jersey has been adversely affected by racism because of the disproportionate number of incarcerated people, less funding for schools, and rise in police brutality and deaths. Of course, we have not done research to know that these are the exact reasons. We're just picking reasons in order to show you how to construct your thesis statement. Now, your thesis statement is going to be in your first paragraph, and the following paragraph will be this one. The one after that will be this, and the other will be this, where you would argue your 3 points, then followed by your final paragraph.